Right, so where were we at? So we're kind of at crunch time now. We're kind of at the point where I have to decide and go with what I've got. So we missed yesterday. Weren't able to stream yesterday, and the stream before that it ended because of technical difficulties. And not having a single gap really hits you. Like, to make this feel organic, you've really got to consistently do it, because the apprehension about doing it today was just like, I'm gonna have to do it. But you just have to get back on. Right, so we're going to put the super bright light on. You just got to get back on it, right? So I need to base my Neurotyrant. He's just a little bit chipped at the bottom, so I'm going to rebase him, and then we've got to go with what we got. So we've got the Hive Tyrant here. It is finished, it's just been magnetized, but I just need to clean up the base and rebase that one. And then from that point on, we're just on fine details. This is going to be my team. The two tech priests, well, the adept and the tech priest, and then we're going to go with the servitors, the apothecary, one terminator, because I feel like a whole squad of terminators would look, I don't think it would look like they're in peril, frankly. And then with my hunky chunky servitors. So I'll do the bases, and then it's just adding extra details to as much as I can to these guys. The Tyranids are ready to go. I got Neurolictor, the Screamer Killer, and the two little Neurotyrant babies, and the Hive Tyrant. That's who's going to be there and be interested. I really appreciate that person who came on left a like. I really, really appreciate that. Thanks, man. I would have preferred a comment and a chit chat more, but I'll take it. It's fine. All right, water's done. Wet palette pad's changed. We're good. So that's nice, isn't it? Really. I've been fancying myself a little bit of a trader, in that I always like trading materials in games. I like games where you like trade materials, and I've been trying to emulate it in real life. But what I've discovered is that being a trader in real life, buying and selling items, is a little bit like gambling in trying to get it right. I'm going to tell the story. So I was talking to someone. There's two websites basically selling apps that I sell stuff on. One's in Finland and one is Scandinavian. That's the territories, right? And I was like, so I started buying. I wanted to get another Neurotyrant. I got one, and I've got another one made like this, but I wanted to get a third. So I was like, never going to get Zonothropes. So they could be like Zonothropes / Neurotyrants. But then I ended up buying some Zonothropes, but I still needed another Tyrant. So I was talking on the Finnish version, and I was like, someone was like, I want a Neurotyrant. And I was like, if I buy a Neurotyrant, I can sell it to him. And I was like, hey. And he's like, I also want to get a Screamer Killer as well. And I was like, they're on the same sprue. So I was like, I know, I'll buy one, and I'll sell it to this guy for €5 more, and it would be like buy and sell trade, right? So I ordered it, and I got it for €64. So I was going to make €6 on it. And it took ages for the sprue to arrive, and it arrived yesterday. Bear in mind, I didn't want to buy another Tyrant, another Screamer Killer. And I messaged the guy, and he's like, yeah, it's okay. I think I'm going to wait, because they've just announced the battle forces. And you were right. The Screamer Killer and the Neurotyrant were on it. I was like, oh no. And I even said to the guy, I bet you the Screamer Killer and the Neurotyrant are in the box for the Tyranid Battle Force. I bet they're going to do big stuff, and I bet it's going to have that in it. And I nailed it. It was just such a terrible story. So terrible, in fact, everybody left. Right, let's base. So I need the black in my good old Abaddons. Where are you, Abaddons? You're somewhere around here. Abaddons. There we go. But yeah, that's my story. But now that it's out, I feel better. Now that I've got it out of the system, it's okay. I just scratched. This is going to need 2 coats. That just came off really easily. So, no. That's going even worse. I'm taking off the stuff. Okay, stop picking at it with your thumbnail and just get... You're going to have to fix that with some wash or something. You're going to have to. So what I've done is I didn't realise that this technical Armageddon dust scratches off so easy. So I've actually turned a one coat job into multiple coats, unfortunately. If someone wants to start up a conversation, feel free to ask me something. I'm off to Games Workshop tomorrow, going to Games Workshop Helsinki to present these in their Armies on Parade. I don't know if it's like a painting contest. I know everyone gets a little something for going, like a little plaque. But they had like they said they've got a category called Young Bloods, and I was like, oh, do you have an old ass man category? And they just said that's every other category. I was like, oh, all right then. But yeah, I'm going to go along. I'm actually going to put myself out there in a social situation, and I think it's going to go. What? So Itala is north, right? That's north. How good's my Finnish? It's north, right? It's north. I think I'm right, north, because I know that Itala Haga is like North Haga, right? It's not east, is it? If so, that you're really near to me. Oh, I'm curious now. A new person to talk to. We might have even actually talked already. Oh, I hope it's not someone from Tori who doesn't like my weird ass pricing on items. Oh, I'm so curious. Right, so I've got myself a problem now. I've got those 3 little white spots where the Armageddon dust tripped off. So, no, okay, well, there's not much to go on. I'm gonna have to do something about that. I think Agrak Surfshade is going to help me out. Southern. So Itala is south. Okay. Ostrobothnia. I feel like an idiot now. I don't recognise any of this that's going on. Is this even Finland? I'm not even sure that second one is. But then again, I've not really ventured outside of Helsinki too much. I've gone to Pori, Porvo, Rauma, and that's about it. Tampere. But I've not gone any more north than Rauma. And there's a lot of really nice northern Finland that I should really have seen, but it's just really hard to. Basing's boring, right? I feel like you have to get the basing done early. I feel like doing the base later in the paint isn't such a good idea. I think like if you do it early on and you get it right, I think it can really help you. So what I'd say is I'd even say like maybe even bases first, because starting painting a new model is quite intimidating. So I say start with base and then move to the head and get that right and spend the time. And if you get those two right, I think the rest of it is easy. Wasn't too bad to do those two, to be honest. That's frankly. Oh, it's 1 hour from Pori. Ah, man. Yeah, I know Pori. I went to a thing called Pori Jazz one year. I don't watch jazz. I don't listen to jazz. I don't understand jazz. But I did. Oh, Schmitters. Hey, Schmitters. But I went to Pori Jazz and you could buy like bottles of white wine, which I thought was strange at a festival. So I near continuously had a bottle of white wine with me. And, oh, God. So we were camping in the tent. In the front garden, in my brother-in-law's house, and I pooped my pants. So I had to like dodge my wife's side of the family and get rid of these poopy pants. But that's like 6-7 years ago now. But yeah, that could have been a nightmare with the parents-in-law finding you with poop pants because you drank too much white wine at a jazz festival. I don't understand jazz. It bores the hell out of me. So I just decided to see how much white wine I could put in my tummy. Turns out it's quite a lot, but there are repercussions. That's a true story, that is. Yeah, man, jazz sucks. It sucks so bad. Although Christina Aguilera was there, and I didn't know she was anything to do with jazz. But again, I mean, that's my knowledge of music that's top-ended out right there. I don't know much about Nutch. So let's start with the biggest issue. Oh, so I need to redo his base, that lip, some silver splash over. But I need to fix this bit. See where I got the hazard stripes? some black went on the grey there. I'm gonna have to sort that out. Schmitters, what are you up to this evening? Schmitters, have you ever heard of a model game, board game called Bolt Action? It's World War II. I thought it might be right up your street. I don't know if have you heard of that? Does that ring any bells? Whilst I'm looking for greys here, 2 corrects whites. That's not. Oh, or maybe I should go a little. I'm going to go a little Phoenician grey to try and get that black. Just got back into painting 40k and having a blast painting Death Guard. Death Guard are great. They are. I would say they're up there with Orcs, right? Because Death Guard, you can get away with making a lot of mistakes. Hang on, let me get my Death Guard. I can grab out a couple and I show you. You can get away with them. Death Guard and Orcs are great armies, but the Death Guard green is a nightmare, and I will show you. Hang on, they're right here in the cabinet. I'll grab out a couple. You and where's the Death Guard? Here we are. Okay, so the Death Guard. So the Death Guard green was a nightmare. So that's about as good as I could get it with the Death Guard green. And you can see I've gone for the bleach bone highlights, like really bold highlights, but I don't like them. I don't think they look manky enough. So I went with kind of what I changed it to, and the colour scheme I'm going to go with from now on is more of a bone, like more pre-heresy colour. And I tried to make these robes look like skin. But yeah, I prefer that one. There's no actual Death Guard green on that one, so I just went with that, and I'm really enjoying Death Guard now. I've got a Blight Crawler. Is it a Blight Crawler? Is it up here? It's up here, but I've just moved loads of models in front of it. And I've got the big tank. I managed to get those both cheap, but I've got to do some green stuff, flesh on them. But they're nowhere near ready. Looking to get into airbrush setup, going for my model painting. I didn't know you airbrush stuff. Box to paint in. Ships and planes. I mean, it's not like that big a leap. I'm gonna do. Why am I shaking it by hand? I got a Plague Bearer Flesh. I don't know Plague Bearer Flesh. So that over Death Guard green. Maybe that's why I was struggling so much with it. Maybe not having that wash. But Death Guard green, I can't mix it with other greens at all. I just can't. I don't get on well with it. But maybe this Death Guard Flesh is the way to go. As for airbrushing, I mean, I'd love to get into it, but I just don't have the space. So I'm just going with this Parisian Space Wolf Grey, because I just want to patch over these black bits, and I'm just thinking that grey sear will take too many coats. So I'm going to patch it with this, and then go over that grey with the grey sear, just to clean up these bits, because I did these hazard stripes. These hazard stripes, something about them doesn't quite add up to my eyes. I don't know what it is. Kind of need it because my models are too big for hand painting. Yeah, I would say airbrushing like ships and planes isn't so good, and you want them to look a little cleaner as well, I feel like, with Airfix kits. Hey, wait, hang on, Schmitters. What kits do you... Did you say planes and boats, or did you say tanks? What did you say? And what scale? It wouldn't be 1 in 72, would it? Is that like a scale that you paint in? I only ask because I've got some tanks that I'm trying to sell. Oh wait, Schmitters, where in the world are you from though? I don't know if I can even deliver to you, even if you'd want them though. So I was right with doing the Space Wolf Grey. That's definitely one coat fine. You can see the patches at the moment, but I will clean it up. Let's just... when you say you're interested in a couple of tanks, are we talking Games Workshop tanks? Or are we talking tanks? Well, yeah. Well, that's probably better. Now that I'm trying to be a trader, trying to buy and sell stuff as well, I've got loads of extra bits kicking about that I couldn't possibly paint all of it. But trading is... it's... I think you've got to have a knack for it, and I currently do not have the knack for that. But Schmitters, do you have any photos? Do you have any photos of what you've painted? I'd love to see. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to do the friggin'... Hey, I just managed to paint that just fine. So that already looks a lot better, but now I've got a little bit of a crisis. Look at this brush I'm using. It's just naffed. What's the name of the planes and the ships? I'm very curious now. Can I do this first time? Yeah, there we go. That worked out quite well. There's just a tiny bit in there as well. I wonder if I can do that. Yeah, I can. There we go. I'll take that. That's cleaned up. So I'll grey sear that, edge highlight in Corax, and he's all right. Now, the next thing is we have this face issue. I've got to decide on the face. I don't know what to do with that one. So, got to figure that out. But I'll let you dry. Right, what's next? Your base is a little mucky. Let's do yours. Okay, fine. 2 plane kits and a ship. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I need to change something on the old stream. Hang on, Fizz. I'll be right back, buddy. I'll keep talking so you can hear me, but I've got to take 4 steps across my room to sort something out. I've got to change this bit here. Let's just change that to the thing that... yeah, there we go. Helsinki tomorrow to enter armies on parade. It's not parade. P-A-R-A-D-E. Parade. 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 Okay. See, it isn't that you do this beforehand. It's really janky that you have to start your stream and then change this. It's really janky that I've got to do it this way and then paint it. Save. There we go. So that should now save. Yeah, it's really janky that I've got to go and do that once the stream has started. Oh, that's 2002. I got a thing for Italian World War II. Would be nice to have a whole collection of the same scale. Oh, they are 1x72, and it's Italian tanks. Oh, well, that's no good. I've got a what's it called? A Strum. The German good self-propelled gun, the one that got not the Jagdpanzer, the other one, the Strumger something. I've got one of those. I've got a Panzer III, and I've got a Tiger II, and I've got a Cromwell, all in 172. But why I bought them is each pack you get like a free garage and some credits from World of Tanks. I don't play World of Tanks. Stug, that's it, Stug. Yeah, that's the one. So I've got those, and I'm going to figure out a use for them for something. I don't know what yet. But then Dan was talking to me about Bolt Action, which is a miniatures game based on World War II, and they have a shed load of vehicles in there. But I'm not sure if I should. I'm not sure if I want to play the game with those figures or if I want to use proxy figures and put them into that game. I'm not sure which one. Because if you use proxies, then it opens up any kind of Airfix, well, no, Airfix isn't the name, Revel models or anything like that. And I was thinking of collecting World War II models that could be used in that game, if that makes sense. Because the board game sounds like it's pretty cool, based on the little bit that I've read. I'm lying to you there. By read, I mean looked at a couple of pictures and scrolled through the entire vehicle catalogue on their website. So I haven't actually read anything. I don't know how the game's played. But yeah, Bolt Action. I'm considering it, but I think but they have loads of like the vehicles, just so many random vehicles, and I was like, I wonder what scale this is to, because I thought I could get away with using other models and playing their game mode. The theory being that I would buy some Death Corps of Krieg in Warhammer World, in Warhammer Realm, and use them as proxies. But then I thought, well, maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe any soldiers would be good, because I I'm not sure about the models. If you type in Bolt Action, you'll find their website. I think it's Warlord Games or something. But if you go Bolt Action in Google, you'll find it. And tell me what you think of the figures. Maybe we could find proxies. In which case, we just have to get hold of the rules. I'm thinking maybe that. That's what I'm thinking. Right, you've got a coat on. It's a bit thick there, though. Right, that's you. Let's touch this one up as well, whilst I've got the black out. The issue with tabletop schmitters is that you have to get in the vicinity of the same person. But I've got an idea for that. I've got an idea. I think it's possible to do a more analog version of Tabletop Simulator and using tokens. And so you know how people back in relatively older days played chess over the phone, where they each have a board in front of them? I was thinking of something similar, if we could agree on tokens to represent certain units. Winner. So yeah, hobby time is tough. I've had to combine hobby time with other things, so that's why I'm streaming as well, because I wanted to talk to people on here and have some social, but I also wanted to paint. So that's what I have to combine things for time. But is that Jammy Dodger who's just changed his name, or is that another person called a Jammy? I don't know. Jammy's such a good phrase. Yeah, like you could use cardboard proxies. Schmitters, have a look at Bolt Action and tell me if it looks interesting or not, because I'm considering it, but I'm not sure about the figures. I'm really not sure about the figures. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good way to. I am the only Jam. You should have just said I am Jam. I am Jam. I am, yeah. I are Jam. Yeah. Okay, you can be the only Jam. That's fine. So any other person with the name Jam that comes into this stream from here on, you totally have the go ahead to call them an imposter and mock their Jamness. Mock them for being an inferior, sugary gelatine based spread. You can do that. So anyone who comes in, you can just go ahead and and berate them with Jam. What's a good Jam put down? You are a weak consistency. Yeah, call your legal team. Please just can your legal team just be like emailing them a photo of like a bit of bacon, half a carrot with a face on, all wearing like little paper suits, and that could be your legal team, like just random bits of foodstuffs wearing little tiny corporate suits. I think that would intimidate people. They wouldn't know where you're coming from. You're like, this is my legal team. It's like a half-eaten potato in a suit, holding a tiny clipboard. Is that too surreal? I feel like we could go further with it. Does this Terminator need to touch up? I think so. What other armies are we talking? What other armies have we got? What we got? Looks like we'd be pretty easy to sub in models. I think so. I didn't see what the scale is of Bolt Action, but I like the idea of substituting in and it opening up, because World War II, there's a lot of models for World War II stuff. So I kind of like that. And of course, in the Bolt Action stuff, there was some stuff that I liked, but maybe I like the Rebel kits more. I don't know. My legal team advised that foodstuffs are perfectly legitimate in a court of law. Yes, well, like what's the most legally appropriate foodstuff? I feel like there's some jokes in there somewhere. Crew eat their own, eat their dead, but they don't eat certain ones. They don't eat Tyranids and they don't eat Chaos. Around 156 scale. So if it's around 156, that would mean that the 172 vehicles would be a little bit larger, which might affect them in game rules time, but it wouldn't necessarily discount it, would it? But what's the issue, I wonder? So like if it's 1 to 56, it just means that the vehicle's being put in a bigger, which means the soldiers would look smaller. So if everyone went to 172 and it was the same game, doesn't that put everyone back on an even keel? Well, you wouldn't even use their terrain. You would just have to have a bigger board. No, I'm just talking about playing a board game and just totally substituting out their models. I think there might be something in it. And the starter pack isn't very expensive. It's like 35 euros. I'm considering just not using their models. I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't think there's a problem. So Schmitters, what we need, because infantry features heavily in the game, is some good looking 1 to 72 scale infantry units of different types. That's the issue, because it isn't just vehicles, it's got a lot of infantry in the game. So that's the other problem. I've never played it though. I've never played it, Schmitters. I don't know. I'm going to try and play some Warhammer tomorrow. I'm going to try and get some Necromunda on the go. Or some Kill Team, because I've got a set of both of those coming my way in my super elite trading. Right, where am I at? I just ended up doing all the bases for those. Let's take the next nearest. So this guy's not, he's pretty unremarkable. He's not got much of anything to really let him stand out. I mean, he's only adept. He could go, but he's a little bit like filler at the moment. He's only there as like the assistant to the tech priest. So I guess I should do the eyes, right? I'm going to crack out the synthetic brush. Well, yeah, if I had a loft, Jammy, I would be sticking stuff up there as well. The amount of models I've accumulated is a bit wonky. I've been buying like... Well, I'll tell you my most latest, right? So I bought this, which is a Terminator Captain, right? And I bought eliminators because I wanted to do... I want to do camouflage on them with tape and do blended camouflage, and I think they'll look pretty cool. The issue is that I bought them to trade them, but I don't think they're going to sell because I bought them for a rather high price, and I don't think they're going to resell. So again, it's like I'm trading, but I'm kind of keeping everything I'm trying to trade. It's not working out. It's just escalating. Ah, yes, there are some nids. Those bases are drying, but this is my Neuro Tyrant. Ooh, he's a little wet still, but there he is. The Neuro Tyrant had too much armor on it for my taste, because I figured big brain powers. So I was like, why be armored? So I clipped all that off. So I made it kind of like a Zonothrope almost, but it is still a Neuro Tyrant. This guy's magnetized, but I've got his limbs here. Hang on, I'll pop them on for you so you can have a look as you're... Why so noodle? I don't know what noodle means. Why so noodle? I don't know. I don't understand noodle. What have I done? Have I done a noodle? What noodle have I done? Oh, why does he look like a noodle? I thought he looked nice. I quite like him. I just didn't want armor. I was like, you're a big brain monster. You should have super brain powers, and you shouldn't have to have armor. So I reduced it, and I'm thinking with the extra armor bits I've got and the extra tentacles, I'm gonna because I've got a box of Zonothropes, and so I'm gonna try and make Venomthropes with the extra tentacles as well, because I can get the bodies but not tails. So there he is. It is full. I don't like the pink, but I felt like they needed something more. But the pink, I don't. Yeah, Jammy, noodle. Noodle is just a secret way of saying penis. We're just talking about penis models. It's a secret underground following where people spend tens of hours painting and assembling penis models. And you have penis airplanes, penis ships, penis tanks, penis artillery, peen-tillery, peniles, piss-iles. Where am I going with this? I don't know where I'm going with it, but it's true. It's a secret society. It's not fabricated in the slightest. I need to paint these eyes and stop talking about wangs. Ah, yeah, penitentiary. Should have thought of that one. I'm sure there's something about armor-piercing rounds and penises that you could cook up. I don't know off the top of my head. I got to stop talking about wangs. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is not... Paint the eyes on the tech priest. Do that. He's not a tech priest. He's an adept. Why do I keep promoting him in my mind? This guy, he's just a servant. Why do I keep elevating him to tech priest status? Are they even called tech priests anymore? Now they're Adeptus Mechanicum. No, they are tech priests. There. Right. Eyes. So I will just try with the old white and then go over it with a wash. Why am I doing that when I've got a vortex mixer? There was an animation I watched with stuff and they had like spam javelins, luncheon meat truncheons, pork swords. I can't remember any of the other ones. What was the name of the animation? Oh yeah, but spam luncheon meat truncheon got me. It's so good. I never would have thought of a weapon by that name in a million years, so it just totally took me off guard. This base is still wet. No, it's not. Alright, so I've got my synthetic brush. First one I've bought. They are actually cheaper, but apparently me and them are quite good friends. They seem to be working out. There we go, look, did that eye. Come on, focus camera. There's a little bit of bleed, but I think the ink will hide that. Bear in mind that I'm also talking whilst doing this with the goal of making highlighting and fine detail possible with... Oh, I've done the same thing, same angle as well. Wash will fix it. It's fine. We can call it like light. What do you think I meant? Of all the guns, they're just big meat rods that shoot loads. I really like the army painter models. Army painter models? Oh, army painter brushes. I've never used them. I have to say I don't really buy direct from GW because I'm not one of the 5 richest kings of Earth. But I do go there for my brushes. But if you think if you recommend the army painter ones, maybe I do need to give them a whirl. Maybe that's what I need to do. So 1, 2, 3. What other light do I need to do? I guess the cog. I should try and do the cog, even though it's going to be super fiddly. I'm going to give it a go. I'm also going to keep talking whilst I do it as well. So I just need to do half. What side needs to be white? Well, I've committed. So the right hand side is now the white side. Can I do this freehand and not mess it up? So far so good. I can't even see the cogs at this bit. You know what? That's not... Well, friggin' hell. Would you see that? No bleed. Wow, okay. So what have we got else? We've got a little screen on his arm here. Let's do that. Quick while we're ahead. Let's just give that a go. Now there's 2 little tiny buttons right there. 2 little tiny buttons, and I think in the interest of improving, we should give it a go. Wow. Okay, 1 bled. But still, there's a nice little bit of white. I even got army painting brushes. Even though dang, I got to get a good hand painting. Well, yeah, but I mean, if your models are so big, Schmitters, you don't need it, do you? Do you use that thing? It's like a precision brush. It's like a metal rod that's a brush, and you put it into like the seams, like the joins between panels on aircraft, and it like shoots ink into the recess. Do you do that? So you're all like airbrush orientated. Now I've got white on my brush, and I feel like I want to paint the skull, but I feel like I only want to do it because I've got white. So that's the issue. We got another cog. How long have I been painting? Okay, so with the birth of my first kid, my social life evaporated, and I wasn't able to do the YouTube stuff anymore, so I lost all my online friends. So I kind of started back then. So probably about 6 years ago I got back into it, but then I used to collect about 10, 11 years ago, but none of that collection survived. So I'd say 6, but I think things have really escalated in the past year, and the fact that I'm so just ridiculously into it that I want to stream it as well and just talk about it all the time. I would say, yeah, I'd say that I'm now like super. I read. I didn't want any spoil. Oh, I just breathed at the wrong time and that bled over. It'll be fine. I was reading the horror series, and I got middle age. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old. Yeah. My back hurts. Yeah, I'm old. I'm not a young guy. That is. Yeah. I'm not a young guy at all. Not a young guy. Thanks. I appreciate you saying. You were surprised, which might imply that you thought I was either older or younger. Probably younger, but no, I am old ass guy. Oh, is 30 to 50 not middle aged? I feel like I have 3 clones now, and that I make a sound when I have to pick something up. Yes, Jamie. Yes. Okay, so I now say stuff like my spine when getting in and out of chairs, and there's this sound just like you go like, but I've actually, in an attempt to combat it, I've taken up deadlifting, and so at the moment my body doesn't know what on earth is going on, so my back is just, it doesn't know what I'm doing, and it just tells me that I'm just really out of shape. If you want, pick up a pair of dumbbells and just do a deadlift, and you'll just be like, what on earth? What is going on? Because yeah, my body is just screaming. Let's do the grey on this. So we need grey sear. But yeah, the first pack I rebought, I bought a box of squigs, and I love squigs. I think they're so amazing, and I've still got them. Hang on, where are they? They're in this cabinet somewhere, I'm sure of it. Can I get them easily? No, they're on the back cabinet. But I've got squigs, but I've also got some models from like 14, 15 years ago. Back in my phase of painting everything with a really dark ink. Still in your study years. Oh, what are you studying? I personally think that there's no such thing as study years. I think like studying should just be forever ongoing. Because I'm just smart enough to know that I'm stupid and that I have to continue learning, and learning comes slow. It always has. Learning new things for me is not a quick process, and I kind of admire the people who can learn information and retain information quickly. It's kind of amazing to see. I like that there's people like that in the world. Is this Grace here? Yeah, Grace here. There we go. Arcade Eye, yeah. So I need to just little shout out for Arcade Eye, right? So I've actually streamed 6 of the 7 days this week, and during the daytime ones, Arcade Eye has come in and dropped a message and kept me company, because I've realised that we're in the golden zone, which is between 0 and 3, but we've been moving up to 5. But as long as it's like between 1 and 3 people talking, it's enough for me to have a chit chat and to really get something out of the streams, which I've discovered. So Arcane Eye 21, yeah, big thank you. I wish I could do more than just say thank you, frankly. We'll get there. If I just, stick to it, make this, just keep doing it until it's natural, until you just, it's just like, it's your social, Yeah, I generally can't be here during weekdays. Don't worry about it, Schmitters. Don't you worry about it. You'll still get, Schmitters, was it you I was talking to about finding a way to order people pizza without them having to give up their address? It was you, wasn't it, Schmitters? I was trying to figure out a way to buy people pizzas. Oh, that's not grey, that's white. Okay, so I'm not going to leave this for this Space Wolf grey. I'm going to go over it with the grey sear and just bring that back. If some of it stays, then that's fine. I definitely haven't watered that down at all. I can live with that. Computer science, not a bad move. Swedish job market has a huge gap of 120,000 job openings in just IT. Oh, okay. Well, that's fantastic. I occasionally go to Sweden, but it's only on the, I don't know how much Finnish stereotypes are with the booze cruises and all the boozy Finns coming over. But yeah, I do those. I admit I do those. Although I don't really drink anymore. But if I ever got some spare time for a cruise, I would do the Stockholm cruise, because it's 3 days. And knowing the names of the ships, there's one called the Silja Symphony. And that's my favourite because it has a spa. And you can sit and drink beers in their spa area, which is really nice. You've got to buy their overpriced ones, but I mean, you can't begrudge them that. They've got to make money. But they also have the ice cold showers, which I'm a big fan of. So I do sometimes go over to Stockholm. Uh, yeah, I'm in Finland, but I'm actually English. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm not Finnish. No, but there are Finnish people whose English is as good as mine, if not better, because they've studied it, and all I've done is just grown up speaking it. If that makes sense, like they know what grammar is. So they're yeah. The level of the quality of English here in Finland is shockingly high. I'd say like in the Helsinki area, it's probably about 95, 98% English speaking, and they're all very keen to trot it out. But yeah, it's pretty amazing actually. Mountains and trees. Hang on, I think there's a little something else, isn't there? I think there's mountains and trees and friggin' loads of mosquitoes and ticks. I hate those things. Norfolk, yeah. Well, Norfolk has quite the accent. Um, Norfolk is more north than I would really go, believe it or not. I'm basically, well, I'm Devon, so I was born the border of Devon and Cornwall. So I do sometimes refer to myself as Cornish because my family are Cornish. Um, Trees and mooses. Oh, I've never seen moose, but I get the feeling they're gigantic and more than a little bit terrifying, to be honest. Moose. Hey, is one moose? No, that's not right. Why was I going to say moose eye? Is there a phrase? Do you ever use the? Can you use the phrase moose eye? No, that's just me being small brained, right? Yeah, you never use the term moose eye unless you're referring to the moose's eye. I've eaten moose before. Yeah, it's nice, but then again, I don't have like a sophisticated palate, um, so maybe it's a little bit lost on me if it's fancy meat. Moose do look scary online, and you wouldn't see. I mean, yeah, Norfolk not known for its moose. I don't think I'd eat a moose heart. I don't know why. Wouldn't it be like really chewy? I guess depending on how you cook it. Actually, I'm probably completely wrong on that one. Again, don't know my cooking. I don't know why I'm painting this on so thick. I don't know why I'm not watering this down. I know exactly why I'm not watering it down. It's because I want to get it on in one coat because I'm impatient. But I have to water this down, otherwise it's going to look really bad. I'm a bit apprehensive about tomorrow. For some reason, I feel like it's going to be a super cringe fest, or I'll make a joke about kidnapping children or something, and it won't go down well. I've got to really mind my jokes. I can't make a joke that just alienates me immediately. I have to be at least semi-normal talking about Warhammer. That looks alright, to be honest. You wouldn't... Oh, no, you can totally see it. You can see that it's under there still lurking. Well, maybe I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and do a couple of coats. That's way too much on the brush. Maybe I'm going to have to do that. Oh, dried? Oh, so do you mean like a smokehouse? I smoked, like jerky and smoked meats. I'd love to have a smokehouse. I think that'd be amazing. Yeah, yeah, smoked meat is just something. It's just amazing. I could eat that stuff all day. But the packets they sell them on, they sell like 65 grams of beef jerky where I can buy them from, and it's like €5.50. It's like, come on, guys, what are you doing with that kind of price? It's just like beef jerky should just be like, I'll take it in kilos. Just €5 a kilo. Just smoke it on an industrial scale, and just let me lie down and fill my face with that for a whole evening. Don't just give me 65 grams and think I'm going to be all right with that. Give me a kilo, and then I'll eat as much until I have to have a little sleepy. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be like friggin' so expensive. But I know, you've got the process of doing it, but still. Yeah, smoked. Yeah, air dried, no. Smoked, yes. Definitely smoked. Yeah, a moose worth of, yeah. Give me indigestion size portion, please. That's why I like. There's this. I don't know if they have it in Sweden, right? But there's a pizza buffet place called Rax, Rax, and it's like they serve all you can eat pizza buffet, but they don't. They give you really skinny pizzas. And I would have thought if you were doing like an all you can eat buffet for pizzas, you do the thick. Like, sorry, I'm talking about pizzas, but when you said that a full-grown moose is 500 kilos, it's like, just throw me in a room with 500 kilos and I'll see you in 8 hours. Yeah, they just throw you into a live moose and you just got to chew off what you can before it stomps you to death. No, that's not even eating anymore, is it? That's some kind of gladiatorial combat. But yeah, so the pizza place, they do skinny pizzas. And I figured they would do thick pizzas, right? But these skinny pizzas, the last time I went, I was able to pack away like 6 pizzas. And then I made the mistake of having a little bit of the all-you-can-eat ice cream on top. And it just pushed me over the edge. And I was like, I have to be unconscious now. This is awful. This enjoyable pizza experience has just gone over the edge. But yeah, Racks. It's not expensive. I think I can live with that. I'm not going to... Right, so there is a couple of differences. Finnish Christmas, the gift giving happens so Christmas Eve is the big day in Finland. So around 5 or 6 p.m, you'll open your gifts after food. There's some gifts, and you might pay a very high amount of money to have a Santa impersonator to come around and drop them off. But it's in the evening. So you have to spend all day waiting for your gifts, and you don't have the excitement of falling asleep and knowing that they're going to be there in the morning. So I don't like that. I prefer the English Christmas dinner because I feel like an English Christmas dinner is just a glorified Sunday roast. And having eaten a load of Sunday roast, I'm not saying Finnish Christmas meals are bad, but for me there's a ratio in a meal, right? So it's unlikely, but if I ever got to cook you an English breakfast, I'd have my ratios right, and that is between juice, crunch, meats, and that's it. Juice, crunch, meats. You have to have your ratios right. So your beans are kind of part way. Your beans are juice, right? They're all juice. Eggs are part way between juice, meat, and beans. They're the holy trinity. Then you've got your meats, and you need your hash browns, and then your veggies are kind of half juice. So you have to kind of balance it, right? So you've got to have your ratios right, so that you can have a little bit of juice, a little bit of meat, a little bit of crunch, or a little bit of all the combinations on your fork, and you can get through it all and eat it all equally. Now, with the Finnish Christmas dinner, it's a lot of juice, it's a lot of fish, a lot of stuff in slime, and you don't get a lot of crunch. You don't get your Yorkshire puddings, you don't get your crunchy potatoes. You do get a big slice of ham, but you don't get your chicken, you don't get your turkey. You get your beef, but it's not the main event. So, no, I've not spent Christmas in Sweden, no. Although this Christmas we don't have plans yet. We haven't got anywhere to go, so maybe we go on the boat and go over to Sweden. Maybe that's the one to do. So that's cleaned up now. You wouldn't know that I fluffed up with the sponge and just caked everything else. You wouldn't even be able to tell. But it's just really grey. I need to jazz it up. I think I need to do this face. I think we need to get started with that. So, the flesh colour I'm going to go with, even though my phone tells me this model was painted 3 years ago, but this is the flesh colour that I'm going to go for. I feel like I did quite well with this, and this is going to be the colour of my ogre's army that's still sitting in its box. But that's going to be my flesh for ogres. That's going to be my flesh for the berserker guys in the Votan when I get those. That's going to be my default flesh colour. I'm not going to do different skin tones. They're just going to be like that colour. That's all I'm going to do. So I need, what was it? Bugman's something? Bugman's Bane? Bugman's Butts? Bugman's... It's Bugman's Glow? Bugman's Flow? Bugman's some... Ah, here we go. It's Bugman's... It is actually Bugman's Glow. Oh, now you can see it's screwed, right? Can you see it's gone all patchy in there? I'm going to crack it on the vortex mixer, then you can see after a little bit of vortexing how it's going to go. Just give it a sec. Give it a sec. So at this point, everything I've got could just be set up at the shop. So anything else is the bonus now. Sweet Christmas is just loaded. I don't know what any of that stuff is. All the candies you get crunch too. Okay, yeah. But when you say candies, I mean, I'm not having sweets with my Christmas meal. Sweets is a whole different world. Okay, so that was on the Vortex mixer, and you can see that it's looking a little bit healthier there. But it's still going to be an absolute nightmare inside when we open it. Oh, hey, no, it's okay. Look, it's not ruined. It is actually okay. Ah. So we're just doing a face, so I don't even need to put any on the wet palette for this. Synthetic brushes, man. If you haven't tried them, now apparently they don't splay at the end, which the natural brushes tend to do, but these bend, but can be readjusted in hot water apparently. But so far, I think I prefer, even though I've been exclusively using until this one brush, the natural hair ones, I think synthetic brushes are more for me, because I think they feel a little bit more like a pen. I don't know, and I don't like the splaying. Like, it bugs me how much brush maintenance I have to do, and I always forget to take my brushes out of the water as well. So there's an eye in there. What am I going to do with that eye? Well, you can see a lower eyelid. So maybe if I can just hit that lower eyelid, I'll leave the eye recess black and won't try and paint in a googly eye, because I can't do eyes. Right, here we go. I'm going to try and get the eyelid. Ooh, hey, I got it. I actually got it. I don't have to go over it with an ink. So I'm going to leave the recess. That bit is actually a bit of metal on the face, on his muzzle. So he's actually got less face than I even thought. So that's definitely the way to go. What I just... I don't know what it is, but I seem to be nailing a lot of these fine detail bits. I seem to be getting them right first time. Don't get me wrong, I've already had some catastrophics, but if I can just do talking and not thinking about it too much, it seems to work out quite well. That's quite the Alex Murphy we got going on there. So this model, this is a kit bash, right? And I made this model. Is that fluff? Yeah, it's fluff. I made this model because I'm a Robocop fan. This is actually my Warhammer equivalent of Ed 209 that I made. So the body is all one thing, and the guns are from another kit that I just put on upside down. So I tried to make it look like Ed 209, and the head is from a different kit as well. So I'm not even going to do anything with that. I am going to mix it lighter a little bit. So let's take a little bit of Bugman's Glow and see if we can do a couple of highlights. But I'm not going to just do Bugman's Glow. I'm going to add just a little bit of light. What should I add? Let's go with, I'm just going to add a little bit of Wraith Bone. That's all. And then just use that. So just a tiniest dab. So just that much on the brush. I'm just going to mix that in. And then use that as my highlight. Right, so I've mixed, which I don't like to do because I never get the same pigment again, but as it's such a small amount of flesh, I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to go above the eye, under the eyelid, and I'm going to try and get the cheekbone as well. So this is the real test. Let's see if I can do it whilst talking. Let's just keep talking, so I have to breathe and maintain it. That's above the eye. We're going to do the eyelid next. Here we go. Oh no, I screwed it up. Okay, so it kind of went into the recess a little bit there. Let's just ooh, I do a little bit more of that cheek. Is it even coming off? Can you see that? That's too much, isn't it? I've got too strong a line there. I've got to do something with that. Let's just do a little bit of splay. What do we think? I think just quit like that, right? I think that's good. So how many models do I own? That's a difficult question, right? So I a long time ago decided that I was only gonna, thanks Arcana, I think I nailed that. I think I nailed that whilst chatting as well. I think that's just fine. You don't need more flesh than that, I feel. So basically I like painting models, right? And I kind of enjoy painting models a lot. So I'm not overly concerned what I paint. Obviously I have some choices, but I think that I tend to lean towards stuff I can get cheap. Like, for example, these ones weren't my first choice, but I got them cheaper than buying them from Games Workshop. So 500, I'm probably somewhere around 500, I would say. I don't think I'm more than that. But in saying that, I've got, how many do I have now? 24, 20, oh, 30. I've got 30 Saturnine Terminators. But I mean, I don't count some of those because they're still on the sprue. And then I've got loads in a pot here. So like, I have assembled these. I just couldn't resist these when they came out. They're just so good. I haven't figured out how to do the arms. I'm thinking magnetizing them, but these guys are just absolutely amazing. I love Terminators. I love Terminators. I love Tyranids. But I do just enjoy painting, frankly. Right, so he's good. But I'd say 500. I'd say 500 is probably, I'm somewhere around that. Which isn't so bad in 6 years. Oh no, because they have. That's what I love, because these are based off of an old model. I've got the old picture of them, which I could dig out, but the shoulders are like this because they contain shield generators. So that's why they're massive, because they actually have part of the lore in that they have shield generators. And here's a little bit of a thing. There was 3 different designs, not these ones, these are the newer versions, but there's 3 different designs for Terminators that were pitched, right? There was this one, and another one, and this one won. So this existed, but was never continued until now in plastic. So I love that they're here. I love that. So they're fantastic. Which big ones? So the Battle Force is all big nids, and I love it. And I've been trying to do my table trades to get money to get those. And if I'm right, it comes out early November, right? So it comes out early November. But not only that, but I have to beat the resellers and the speedy purchasers. So am I going to get a box? I don't know. But there's also that Crux, that what is it? Terminator Exterminatus or Crux Terminatus box, which is the box that's all Terminators. So I want to get that as well, but I don't think I'm going to hit the pre-orders on that. I think I'm just going to miss it. But hey, it's exciting though. I like it. What's the list of the big bugs? I feel like I should show you my Carnifex now. My Screamer Killer. Hang on. So he's coming along to the thing as well. Hang on 1 second. So here's my Screamer Killer. I'm very pleased with this guy. I think he's probably the best one I've painted. But this is when I finally managed. Deciding the colour scheme is what really gets me. But I'm really pleased with how he came out. And I have another one, which I'm going to convert. I've got this one here, which I got recently. I'm going to convert this guy to old One Eye. And if you want to see what the conversion looks like, this is the guy who did it. All credit to this guy on Reddit. If you type in old One Eye conversion, you'll find Reddit posts. Or if you do old One Eye conversion and this name, it will be on Reddit. And I never would have considered converting a Screamer Killer to old One Eye like he did. It's genius. So I'm definitely going to use it. But all credit to him. I'm just copying what he did and just tweaking it a little bit. There's a couple of little armor bits that he added that I wasn't so keen on. But other than that, the idea is just great. It looks amazing. Go into the cabinet without breaking. Okay, good. Right, so face done. Eye lenses. I feel like these red dots. I feel like I can do better than red dots. I might redo these in blue. I'm thinking about it, and I might do them in this blue. See what I've done here with the eyes? So it's just maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I've committed to red. I should do red. Maybe red's okay with him. Maybe this guy is done. Maybe he is all right. You know what? You're done. You're okay. So you're finished. Your base is fine. That was all that was left. You're ready. That's fine. You need a lot of work. You don't have a lot going for you. Your face is a bit of a shambles. You don't have any gold on you. Horror specs. I don't even know that one. Neuro Tyrant, one Winged Hive Tyrant, one Swarm Lord, one Norn Emissary, Kit Bash Carnifex, one Tyrant Effects, one Screaming Killer, one Second Page. Cool. The Exocene, however you say it. I've really wanted one of those, and it's in. Just look up the battle forces. Look up the Tyranid battle force. Just look it up, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's never going to be able to get up. Let's put gold on. I need to get some gold on this Tech Priest. Retributor gold. Okay, yeah, you've got way more of the bigger ones than I do. I don't have so many of the bigger ones. I'm kind of working my way on the mediums. I've got a Biovore. Are we talking ones we've painted or ones we own? Because it's a little bit of a different creature. Yeah, it's not the same. Yeah, I'm sure everyone who collects has like their painted and unpainted lists. But hopefully with these live streams, I can really eat into that. Once I've done with these guys, I have no idea what I'm doing next. And what's really exciting is that I get to spend the time, as long as I tell myself that I'm doing it with the live stream, and that I can hang out with people as well. So it's also my social life. Then I get to paint. Isn't that great? Like, I get my social, which I don't get in the real world because I feel a little bit like I'm looking at people and not understanding, a little bit like I'm an alien in my real life conversations. Like it's like how can I explain it? I don't feel like an adult, but at the same time the other people don't seem like, it's just I can't explain it. It's just, I don't know, it's just so like, it's so boring. I don't know, I struggle to find things to talk about, and then I want to say something silly, and or like I want to. Oh yeah, it's I don't get a lot of people. I struggle a lot in social situations. So this is good social. I don't plan on getting any of the new Christmas boxes since I own all the medicines from the box. You know what? Yeah, that's probably a good point. Actually, you already have a lot of the big ones, so the box really isn't necessarily for you. Actually, I don't think you would necessarily need that. It's a good point. For me, like I don't need another Screamer Killer or Neuro Tyrant after my failed attempt at trading, because I now have 2 Screamer Killers and a Neuro Tyrant. But I really want everything else that's in the box. So I figured if I just collect Screamer Killers and use them as my Carnifexes, then I could just justify it that way. But then I got to do my table trades to try and get myself up to enough money to order it. And then I also have to be quick on the ordering. Forget ordering it off Games Workshop site. You'll pay a lot for starters, and second of all, it will sell out in no time. But the discount retailers will be even more coveted. I don't know how I'm going to beat anyone and get one. It's just not going to happen. 6 warriors, 6 Xenothropes. That's amazing. 1 Biovore. Old or new Biovore out of interest. Term against no Grinch Gene Stealers, 2 Winged Primes, Parasite and Mortex, Broodlord. It's amazing. Paint Games, where are you in the world? Were you the person telling me about Sweden? Were you telling me about Sweden? Is that you? New Biovore. I think the new Biovore is beautiful. I've got one. I got the it's not called Start Collecting. I don't know what it's called. Combat Patrol. The one with all the Tyrant Guard in. But I got that. Barb Gaunts. Yeah, I got 5 Barb Gaunts. I got Leviathan box as well. Yeah, I like those. But I struggle with painting the numbers. The loads of little ones. I'm actually selling off my little ones. I sold off 20 Hormigants today, but I've got 20 Hormigants. Not 20 Hormigants. I've got however many Hormigants are in the Typhon Kill Team box coming my way. So I figured it wasn't such a problem. There's two versions of the Lictor you can make. So I kind of feel like I want to have both editions of that Lictor. So yeah, so I'm going to have to get 2 of those. Let's try and do these lines. I always wonder about these pipes, whether or not people actually individual paint the bits. If I mess it up, I can just go with an ink, but I'm going to give it a go. Oh, I mean, how are you supposed to do that? They don't do that, do they? Surely They don't do the individual ones. Let's just get a little gold on it, and then my good friend Null Oil will take care of the rest. Let's do this bit. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, yeah, I'm getting pretty good at those little bits. Yeah, Neuralictor. I love that model. That's my most recent NID painted, which you're welcome to see if you want. It's really cool. I didn't think I'd like it, but what I've also got now is a Parasite of Mortex, and I feel like that's going to be the same as the Neuralictor. That was kind of like meh when I first saw it, but now I have one. I reckon when I take it out the box, I'm going to really, really enjoy painting it. I should hope so, because I've got a load of gargoyles that I haven't touched in an absolute age. But yeah, with the NIDS thing, with the buying what you can get cheap, I found that a lot of chaos is often sold off cheap. I have a chaos army and a lot of chaos stuff, even though I had no intention of going chaos. And I'm in the process of trying to make my own spawn. I should probably do that. I should probably have a stream where I'm just doing kit bashing stuff. I'll show you where is he? Where's that most recent one? Hang on. I got a bit stuck. Yeah, look, I got stuck. I got this far with my mutant. So he's wearing armor and he's got a gun and a hammer. But then I was like, I don't have any legs that are proportional, so he's just at the back, nothing. And I'm like, okay, so I've made part of a guy, just some mutant, but I don't know. I don't have a legs option for the guy, so he's now stalled. So I've got kind of like these parts of models. On the battlefield, you can pregnate a Terminator with rippers. Well, that sounds like an effective thing. Like, that sounds like something that would be super useful and entertaining. I am looking to move into learning the games. I've never played. Well, the last time I played, I was a kid. But I'm working towards learning any game system and seeing which is the most accessible. And eventually, if everything goes swimmingly, I'd like to be set up on a stream playing through the games and talking about the rules and learning the rules. I'd really like that. That's the sense of progress I would like to do. But to set up a board, I really like terrain. I don't want to just use card terrain, card mats. So I'm going to have to be a bit slower in building that up, because I want to do nice terrain. I just think that would be, because if you're going to take all the time to paint models, you should really have the nice terrain to go alongside, I feel. But Parasite and Mortex sounds fun. I think I might have to assemble that. Maybe assembly streams are good as well. Maybe there's something in how I put together my models that people don't necessarily consider. I know that, something that you think is normal, that someone else might be like, oh, hang on there, that's really useful doing it that way. Yeah, so basically, yeah, the Parasite of Mortex likes giving out hugs. I feel like there's something in the human psyche that finds parasites just revolting. I can't stand the idea of parasites, and that's why the Alien films and the Thing films, they just creep me out so much. But that's just good entertainment, I feel. If it makes you feel anything, I feel like that's just good movie making. I really want to see Romulus and the Alien Earth series, but I'm tired of jumping streaming services. I'm tired of being like, right, I'll pay for this one for a month so I can watch this, and that, and I'll go to this one and I'll watch this, and that, and I'm done with it. I'm done. It's too much. It's just too much jumping stream services. So I'll just occasionally ask my wife, hey, are you on something? And I started watching on Netflix Love, Death and Robots, and I really like the animation of that show. But then one episode, there was a voiceover of one of the characters in the newest season, and I was like, that's not that Mr. Beast guy, is it? And it was, and I was like, it just sounded like he was reading from a book or a script even. It was so not good. Yeah, but it was strong to begin with. It was like that secret level animation. It started off super strong and then just went off a cliff. And the same happened with the Love, Death and Robots. It started off strong, but its last few animations were just they were just nothing. I don't know why I'm doing a gold lip on this. I wasn't planning to, but now I am. I guess that's okay. Yeah. Oh, for the record though, Space Marines don't feel fear, so they wouldn't be concerned about they wouldn't be afraid of being impregnated. So yeah, there's that downside. I'm gonna have to do all these, and the trouble is, I've just realised that there's loads of them. So, okay, let's just go through them all. Yeah. But I will go over this with an ink. Cardboard foam cliffs, which are painted. Yeah, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just don't want to work. I don't want mine to be like that. Two things, because like foam falls apart and gets damaged and crumbles. I'm always dropping stuff, and I would make a case that I would consider terrain as an important piece as having painted models, because I don't want to spend all this time enjoying painting the models and then have them play on a board that is coffee cups. You know what I mean? I don't know, just a theory. I mean, it depends on your opinion, really. That's just personal preference. I would love to see what your terrain looks like, though, and how good you can get foam. That would be interesting. I'm not sure about this gold. I guess I've done it now. I'm not going to undo it, but that back of his is pretty cool. Right, let's just try and do these fiddly bits. I don't have to worry too much about this because there is a raised lip built into this design. So I don't have to be super perfect, but I need to be better than that. That was going all over the show. I'll just do that. There we go. Ah, the flesh ran out because they screw you over. They have this hand, right? And it's got a little metal finger. I'm just going to do it gold. And I'm going to go with the Bugman's again. We're going to do Bugman's glow on the hand because I don't want to just leave it white, even though I think it looks quite cool white. I play on whiteboard sheets since my table is too small. Yeah, that's the thing. It depends on... Because there's many elements to the hobby, isn't there? And some people just want to... I see people that just paint their armies, like 3 colours, just a night before a big tournament in a hotel room, and they just use a contrast, a couple of dabs of colour, and then they're just interested in learning the tactics and playing the game. And I honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just a lot of elements to the same game. Right, I've really committed to doing these gold bits. I think it will pay off. He says whilst putting a bit of gold on that pipe. Well, that bit of pipe now is gold. That bit of arm. Now that I've just dabbed that bit on, it's going to be gold. Yeah, you're gold now. Because I accidentally painted you. You are now. Oh, I've accidentally painted your neighbour. You're gold as well now. On you go. Let's just try not to paint the whole model by accident gold. Just get in there and do that bit. It won't be so bright once the ink's on, but it will stand out against the grey. Let's just... Right, come on, a little bit of focus now. You're chatting too much. Or you're not chatting enough, because you need to do this whilst chatting. That has gone really well. This one is a little bit hidden under there, but that's gone well. Hey, that's all gone good enough. Now that shoulder... Oh, that shoulder does have a lip. Okay, so I will do the shoulder as well. Let's just go in and put a bit on there. I don't even feel like I need to fully cover it to get it to stand out. Where would I get good terrain? What would be a good... Because Games Workshop terrain obviously is Games Workshop prices. And I'm not... I don't know who they're marketing to, but clearly there is a group of people, a large group of people, who can spend a great deal of money on Games Workshop. They exist evidently, because year on year the prices go up. And year on year they get the profits. So who are these people? Yeah, I think do you know what? I'm leaning towards make my own as well now, to be honest. I think that maybe it would have to be make your own, but it's so much extra graft. I'm not sure I'm not going to knock it. I should probably give it a go. Or just friggin'. The issue with buying terrain is like it's the same reason why I only ever buy Ben and Jerry's cookie dough flavor ice cream, and that is because yeah, there's other flavors and they're probably delicious, but I don't want to experiment because I know that cookie dough is amazing. So even if I got one and it was delicious, I would be like, well, I could be eating cookie dough right now. So I never change when I buy Ben and Jerry's. It's always cookie dough flavor, and I feel like that with a lot of Warhammer stuff. It's like I could be buying a model right now, so I won't buy so many paints because this could have been a model. Do you know what I mean? It's just that kind of thing. I'm actually happy with the gold now. I like it a lot more. I think it stands out a lot better. I think that was the right call. Who was it who suggested that? I don't think it was me. Oh no, I did it without even. I did it by. I didn't do it on purpose. I just wasn't thinking. Or did someone suggest it? I don't remember. Let's go with someone suggested it and I'm following their advice. Just in case. There we go. That went well. This one. I might be able to just cheese these ones a little bit because they're so close together. Maybe I can just do this. That's so far so good. Ah, but we've got robe as well. Ah, that's okay. That actually went quite well. So this arm's got a lot of nothing going on, so I'm going to paint a couple of sections. Apparently Games Workshop doesn't care about their terrain. Do you know of Zorp? You got like a few hundred free sprues from GW multiple times. Who's Zorp? I'm assuming it's like I don't want to say creator, but like a YouTube person, a streaming person. They got terrain. Is that too much gold? I think painting that silver bit was too much gold. I'm curious about Zorp. Because if it's true, then all we got to do is stick at this, and then if you're big enough, GW will send terrain. Right? Is that the plan? Is that the dream? I'm going to do more of these pipes. I like it. I like these pipes being gold. I'll just do these pipes as well. I need to try and do a glow. I know it's going to mess up, but I'm going to try and do a glow on this gun. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I'm guessing that he's a lot bigger than me, as we're just, we're the equivalent of 5 guys in a shed. And I'm not sure. Well, I don't know how it works, but all right, let's do that. That's the plan. Don't buy terrain. Focus on the live streams. And then Games Workshop will notice me. I tell them I love them and I love their terrain, and they send me some terrain. I guess we'll do that. And then we become solely terrain painting. The face. Should I give him a gold face? I'm going to do gold face. I'm doing gold face. I'm going gold face. If you're going to have gold trim on your shoulders, you'd spare some gold for your chops, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. Just a little bit of gold. Not vanity, obviously, because they're machine, but it's just, it's non-conductive. So let's just do that. Got to do something with the eyes, though. The eyes aren't doing much of anything, and they're right there to be painted. Let's. I got a little bit of Corex white left. Let's give the eyes a go, and then we need to tone down the gold. Although there's that big old axe that's not doing anything. We could put a bit of gold on that. That's a lot of paint on that brush. And it's just been wet as well. But we're going to give the eyes a go. I'm going to try it straight away. One attempt. Oh, they've already been painted green, but I might even leave them white. Here we go. I'm going to keep talking whilst doing it. Whoop. Okay, we've had a lot of bleed there. I have hit the robe. He has hit the robe. Repeat, he has hit the robe. This brush is too big for this, but I'm going to go in and do the other eye anyway. Yep. So as you can see, I've got two Two blobby messes in there. Two blobby messes, as you can see. They're so bad, in fact, I might have to just go in there with water. I'm panicking now. I'm gonna reduce that. I'm gonna take that out a little bit. Yeah, that was too bad. So I'm gonna have to step in. Yep, so those eyes are a shambles now, and they're also wet because I've had to wet the brush to get that paint out. So the eyes are in there, but they're not bright. Okay, I bailed on that. Oh, gold is the most conductive. I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was non-conductive. Okay, so you know, gold face is probably going to be pretty conductive then. That's not well, yeah, let's just pretend I didn't say that, shall we? We've got the hand. I've still got some gold. Let's do the axe. Let's do the axe. At least something. So at some point I did paint the cog symbol, and on this symbol I painted white on the right. So the fact that I painted white on the right makes me think that the adepts, excuse me, 1 is correct as well. So I would assume me of the past would have gone and checked that to see if that was right. So I don't have enough gold to do this, so what I'm going to do, rather than take more out of the pot, I'm just going to put what leftover gold I have and then just leave it at that. So I don't want to take out more gold just for the U. Yeah, I'll leave that. I think we're getting there. I think we're definitely getting there. Oh, I'm going to take out some gold because I want to do this. There's this arm holding a pistol. See that pistol? I think that pistol just looks amazing. Like this arcane bit of kit. So I'm going to put a little gold on that. I've also got the metallics. Oh, we've got to do the... I can't do light effects. I can't do them. The best I can do is painting on a load of white, sponging it around, and then putting a wash over it. That's the best I can do, and that's what I'm going to go for. And I've got to do it on 2 models. I'm just going to do this. Just going to, you know what, I'm just going to go all gold on this. I'm just going to go all gold and let the ink do it for me. We can't. We're going to have to cut a few corners. Thankfully, I've fallen back in love with metallics and null oil. So I don't have any issue painting this like this at all. Maybe the plugs of the cable should be gold if it's the most conductive metal. Like you would think that connectors and fasteners would be made out of gold, and that would be beneficial. Maybe. Gold is the most conductive metal we use. Gold doesn't corrode like iron or copper. Yeah, that's why we use fine pure gold chunks in nature. While iron is a mix of stone and rust. Yeah, it's true. Oxidization, right? So gold doesn't oxidize, right? Is what you're saying? Where copper and iron do oxidize, because that's how copper changes color, right? That's why the Statue of Liberty is like that bluey green color, because it's oxidized copper, right? Was it made of copper? I'm not even sure it was made of copper now. It's probably got a steel skeleton, that's for sure. Maybe it's copper clad. Maybe it's copper clad. A little bit of gold in there. A little bit of gold. Oh, I've got a couple of messages. I might have traded some pieces. I bet you, now that I've said about the Eliminators and the Terminator, I bet they've sold now. Well, it just means I'm one step closer to getting the other. So all of this is here is just white. It's not any colour. So I don't have lead belcher available. I haven't got any on my palette, but I do have gold. So I might just go that golden as well, and then slow down on the gold from that point on. I feel like we're going too gold at this point. So I'll do this one just because it's white. Token golden. There we go. I think that's enough. I think I'm going to stop there. Let's do the light effects. It is a copper plated it is copper plated and it has oxidized. Okay, good job. Well, yeah, I mean pure fluke. I need a bit of sponge for this light effect, or I use a naft brush. Let's choose a brush. I need something that's not going to be accurate. This looks like it won't be accurate, does it? That looks like it will give me a patch of white that might look like light. So realistically, this gun doesn't really need it, but this one has this little vent area in here, so you could probably do something in there and on the one below. and on there and there. So I'm going to do that gun. And as this looks like a smaller version of that, it has that bit, the bottom bit, and the barrel. I'm going to do all of them. I'm going to do all of those with this. So, oh, here we go. We need Corax white. That's what we need. And I might need a little hand here, guys, with what colour ink to go with. Because I need something that the white will stand out. Or should I go back over with the white once it's on? Like dry brush on a white. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. But, well, what it is what's going to happen for sure is that it's all going to be the same. All of these vents are going to be the same. So I'm just going to dab it in there. Like that. Oh, there's so much edge highlighting that's just vanishing. Just dab that in there. And I'm going to leave the end vents alone, or try to. And try and leave a little bit of black. Okay, so that's done. And then we're going to go in here with this one. In you go. That's done. And then I'm going to do the nozzle as well to imply heat. Oh man, this is not going to... I feel like it's too late in the day to be doing experimental stuff on models that I've taken so long to paint. Right, that one's committed. That's got white on it now. So that one's now committed. I'm going to go ahead and stick with it and do the Tech Priest gun as well. So there it is. So we're just going to go in with the white. There we go. And then these bits. There we go. The underside. There we go. And then the end. That's a lot of it'll be all right. We just have to get the right ink or the right contrast on and we'll be fine. Okay, so I've committed there on that one as well. It's a lot of white, but I'm sure that's going to work out. Let's do the flesh on that hand. So we need Bugman's Glow. I think Bugman's Glow is my go-to, even though it goes manky. I think Bugman's Glow is my go-to flesh. It's going to be my go-to flesh, without a doubt. Around 12 Imperial. I tell you what, I like Imperial Guard. I like them, but I don't want elite Imperial Guard. I want me in a squad with a commissar. That's the kind of guard I want. I want the conscripts. I want the people pressed into service. I want the people who have just been like, hey, is your name Jeff? Yeah. Everyone with G goes to the front. Off you go. You know, I want to be like Jeff can't begin with a G. So minuscule amount of paint for the hand, and then we just mix it up with Wraithbone, wasn't it? That's what we went with. 12 Imperial Guard model, 2 Necrons, 60 Nids, and 13 Nighthaunt. Nighthaunt are from Age of Sigma, right? I'm pretty sure they are. Pretty sure Nighthaunts are Age of Sigma. Let's just get this hand. I don't even feel the need to go over with another ink. I'll just paint in Bugman's and then highlight with Bugman's and Wraithbone. I think that'll be enough. I have to say, I do like the Goldfinger. I'm glad I decided to do that. So you have the individual fingers, but there's a tiny bit of ink in those recesses, but not a huge amount. So I'll try and leave what I can, but I don't want to leave too much grey. Can you see that? It's really fiddly. You just have to, I'm just going to go for best possible coverage without getting on too much of other stuff. I can leave that hole between the thumb and the fingers darker. There we go. So that hand, it doesn't look very textured, but then again, it doesn't have to have super dark recesses. The Wraithbone is so bright that it will stand out. Yeah, let's just do that. Right, we get Wraithbone out. Where are we? Wraithbone? Wraithbone? Screaming Skull. That's let's stick to the plan. Let's go with the Wraithbone because that's what we did, and we know that it worked on the head of the servitor, so let's do that. Oh, that's a huge blob of old Wraithbone there, but I'll take it and then just steal a smidge. I might pop it back in actually. That's such a big nugget of Wraithbone. Can I get you back in? Yes, in you go. Let's mix that up. So that's a lot brighter than the previous one. Oh, but there's some left over. That's okay then. Right, so let's just highlight this hand and try and get it done right first time. Baneblade. Baneblade's a big model. I think I would find that pretty intimidating working on such a large model. Schmitters might like a Baneblade though. He works on larger models. So I'm just going to ever so slightly do the knuckles. Now it's still wet, so this is what? Wet blending? So it should. But I just want to do teeny tiny bits. I think I'm getting better at the teeny tiny bits, and I think I might have got better just over the course of these live streams because I've been doing it every day. There we go. And then on the subject of terrain, I'm really interested in the Necromunda Zone Mortalis floors and the boarding actions walls, but the boarding actions is meant for a flat surface, and the Necromunda floors have like little clicky in pieces for the walls. So I like the idea of trying to make those compatible. That would be the ideal, having plastic flooring and walls and be able to paint them all grimy. That would be the ideal. Okay, I don't know if you're seeing this hand. Can you see that in there? I really like how that hand's gone. It's Bugman's Glow and Wraithbone. That's all you need for flesh. Just go Bugman's Glow. That's it. That's the flesh. That's going to be my Ogre Army flesh, which I haven't been able to decide on. That's going to be any Votann flesh. Although I want to do mostly robots for Votann. I've got an idea because I've got loads of dwarves. And I've got those hot air balloon Age of Sigmar guys. And they're just going to be my robot ones as well. And I'm just going to put them in squads that have same bases and say it's one of those. It's the same. It's a proxy. You know what? I like this Bugman's Glow so much. I'm not going to use the regular Bugman's Glow, but I'm just going to use the highlight automatically on this face. I'm just going to go in there and just put it a little bit on, like he's wearing a little scrag of flesh on his face. Just because I have it. I might try and go in that recess a little bit. Ever so slightly. Just to do something with that face. What I really like as well is that this model, right? This model had beat me. I didn't know what to do, and it beat me during streams as well. Like I was trying to blend up from the red to an orange, and I couldn't do it, and I choked, and it beat me. But I've been able to come back to it because of the streams, and as a result now, I've kind of got to a point where I'm really enjoying the guy. Like, I just feel like he's got... I think that freehanding a Baneblade is a monumental task. And that is, I mean, if you pull it off, good job. I think it might take you a while. But I try and do a little bit of freehand on every model. But this doesn't have any freehand. Unless you count when I did that line down the skull and the cog. But I've got these pipes here. These pipes don't have anything on. I feel like they're not done. I feel like those pipes need something. Do I have any gold left? I think I will put just some gold on. I think there's a tiny smidge left on that palette. So I just want to do something with these, just so they're not just grey. You know? Doesn't matter what they are, but if they're just grey, they're so near the face. That's all it needs, just a dab. Okay, hand done. Everything else done. I need to ink it. I might put on another grey ink on those vials. And then the guns, the gun heat. What colour? What if I did a watered down red and then a yellow? Yeah, murals. Oh yeah, hang on, I've got my... is he there? Yeah, let me show you some freehand. So he doesn't have a head. He doesn't have a head, but in wanting to do freehand, right? So this is my Terminator Lord from my Leviathan box, right? And I was like, I have to do some freehand. So what I did was, come on, Cameron, you're going to focus on you. There we go. So what I did was I did the shield like that, and I did the other shield like that, and then I did this weird triangle thing on his shoulder. which I wanted to do more freehand, so I did that weird triangle thing to try and do it. But and I did the stripes on the knee, and that was back when I was doing freehand stripes before I discovered 2mm tape. But that was a freehand as well. And I think as a nugget of progress, I still haven't done the head, but I'm happy with him. But I'm not happy with the cloak. I can't blend blues. Look, it looks like it's denim. It looks like denim. It looks awful. I can't blend blues. Light blues a little bit, but yeah, he does look like he's wearing denim. I forgot how bad that cloak was. Oh well. I mean, like, I don't profess to being an excellent painter. I would say I'm basically beginner with a bit of time under his belt. Basically, I think I've spent some time on it, and just through doing it over time, I think I've improved. Right, we're going to go with. So this comes to hand. We've got a yellow. We've got ear done yellow, right? So, but that's not what I'm going to use in the recesses. I'm going to use. Oh God! Last time I used this, I don't think I should go red. I've got an orange here. I've got an orange. I'm going to go with Magadroth Flame, but I'm going to water that down beyond belief so it just sinks into the recesses and just doesn't turn it orange. So that's what I'm going to go with. That's what I'm going to try. So, tiny bit of orange and loads of water for starters. So, there's the orange. That's how much orange I'm putting on. Look, it's already so orange. How much water are you going to need to just... It's just so much pigment. Okay, well, it's starting to go a little bit down now. All right, let's try that. Well, it's not even try. Whatever works on one is going to be the same on the other. I did the Blood Angels symbol on my Leviathan Terminators. Captain Backcloak, he made 12-inch charge and caused me to win. 72-71, he got the name Tybriel, the Relentless Captain of the First Company. I like the narrative element to that. I love that. I do like the idea of having like units painting extra details and things onto them for doing courageous things in games. I like that a lot. I think that's particularly amazing. Right, here we go with orange. Is it watered down enough? You know what, it is, but the white is not dry. The white is not dry. So that is turning a little bit not orange. I've never been able to do these effects. Well, we're committed now, so I'm going to put it in all of them. If anything, it's lacking a little bit of pigment. Oh, that's really white in there. Okay, well, I'm committed. It looks, at the moment, it looks awful. I think it looks horrendous. I didn't let it dry long enough. And I did that one first, didn't I? So this guy's definitely not dry. He says whilst he picks up the ink. Okay. Maybe drier. It doesn't look like a good go. I've never been able to do glow effects. And I've even watched tutorials as well, which is the bad thing. Alright, that's okay, so that's something at least. On you go. Underside. And that bit. That one, for some reason, feels better. Let's add a few more pigment, bit more pigment to the other one. Maybe it was just that it was so watered down. Let's try. Let's just put that in. Some dabs. Maybe. There's definitely white rot washing around in there. But that's not going to dry anytime soon, is it? So I think if I go over that with a yellow, I might be alright. I might get away with it, or I might be screwed. I don't know. But at the moment it looks awful, but I can't dry it. So I can't speed up that drying process without a hairdryer or something. Let's do the grey ink on those vials. Where are we? So this is my new favourite contrast. Griff Charger Grey. I'm a big fan of it. It's a great for the recesses on any lighter coloured models. I love it. I think it's amazing. So let's just do these bottles. I'm going to use this Mankey brush. I'm not overly concerned that I'm going to spill it. I think that I've got pretty good steady hands, it would seem. I don't know how that's happened or when it's happened, but it would seem that I'm hitting more than I'm missing, which I will take. Like, I'm absolutely fine with that. I will take hitting more than missing. That is absolutely fine. So I think that's looking a little bit more juicy. Yeah. Killed 3 Terminators, 4 Rubiks, and a Sorcerer. So yeah, more than earned his title. He wasn't painted during the game. Well, I hope you've taken the time to paint that guy now after achieving all that. I hope so. I think that would be a bit unfortunate for Tabriel. Tybriel? There we go. I do like that grey on green. I think it makes containment tank juice / gas look pretty cool. I've done it on my other guy as well, my apothecary. I think that's a good juice gas container combo. Oh, that gun. That gun. Should I go on with the yellow sooner then, maybe? Like, let it bleed into the yellow. I've answered my question. I should just go for it with the yellow and let it mix a little bit. I'm going to go... Oh, I don't know. Let's do the black first. I'm not going to mix it too much. I haven't done any of the metallics on this guy, and I'm running out of time. He's done his face, but the metallics might have to just not be done. Let's get the null oil on, and then we can move on to him. That's what we do. I thought he was Tybriel the Relentless. Or is he Tybriel the Furious now? Did he get an upgrade? That's a Baden Black. I was about to smear a Baden Black on, thinking it was null oil. Oy, 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 oy. Table, you silly numbnuts. That would have been catastrophic. A big old smear of a Baden Black. No thanks, buddy. Okay, so let's start with the old face. I'm going to leave the eyes green. You can't really see them under all that, but I'm alright with that. I think the flesh being lighter is fine. I think that's okay. So I'll just give his staff another top up. I'm happier with the gold. I like him more. I didn't think I'd like him because he'd beat me on 2 occasions for the complexity, and my skill just wasn't up for it. And for the most part, I don't think my skill is up for painting a model like this. But I'll do the best I can. And now that I've been able to sit in a stream as well, he's got like that kind of sentimental, like my Neurolictor as well. Did that in videos and streams, and the videos weren't quite as fun. Well, no, they were fun, but you have to do all the post processing. I much prefer just sitting here on my phone and just turning it on and then being able to chat. It's just nicer. It's just more me, I feel. I'm just going to cover all of that with a second layer. Now I've just done the grey, so I have to be a little bit careful around these tanks. Not super careful, just a little careful. There's a little bit of grey under that orb that should have been gold. Oh, that's a shed load. Did you hear me say shed load? I was trying to say something else then. Ah! It was a shitload. shitload of null oil. It's alright though. Let's just do a little bit around there. I'm kind of moving onto the tank a little bit too much there for my taste. Let's just do that and stop. Oh, that's bled right on. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, axe. You need a little coat. Dib dib dib. Metallic and an ink. It will do ya. I have to say I'm back in love with it again. It's been fun. I have another streamer to harass. You haven't harassed me at all, by the way. It's actually been fantastic. Thank you for spending the time. You've been here for the majority of the time. But yeah, you have a good weekend too, man. I'll see you later. I really enjoyed chatting with you. It's not going to be the same without you. Unless there's a certain someone else in there. I don't know, Schmitters, if you're still there. Are you still playing through the Red Alert campaign? And if so, what level? And if you're not, did you find 1x72 scale soldier's kit? That might be any theatre of World War II that we could maybe proxy in. That's just a thought. Right. I don't know about the glow. You haven't looked and you have completed the campaign. Well, you got one right. You completed the campaign. That's the main thing. Don't worry about looking. What I'll probably do is when I'm finished here, I'll probably look myself. What time are we at? 20 to 10. It's Friday night, right, Schmitters? Hey, Schmitters. So, when it gets to 2 hours on this stream, I have completed the little target that I set myself of streaming for 2 hours. That's the time that I sign off when I say to myself, "Hey, table, you've done good." That's you moving towards being streaming guy. I've got to do the gold finger. It needs ink. So let's say, Schmitters, we'll do 15 minutes here, and then I need to take half an hour, and so that will take me to 10:30. So in 38 minutes time, and I'll hop on Discord. Will you be about? Do you want to play something even? I had just assumed you would want to play something with me, but you know, could awfully assumptuous. You might be. Could we play some OTC, Schmitz? Could we play a cheeky OTC? Would you be up for that? I'll come on and play a cheeky OTC. Schmitz, answer me. Do you want to play a cheeky OTC? Oh, we got an OTC game. Okay, so at 10:30. I don't know what time it is for you. What time zone are you? I'm GMT 2. It's now 9:43 for me. So whatever the next hour is for you, past. That's what we do. Oh yeah, I'll play some OTC. I'll come on and play some OTC. What else do I need to do on this guy? Like, we've got the gun glow issue, but I really like how the armor's turned out. I like that a lot. I'm very happy with how that's turned out. Maybe a tiny bit more null oil on this tank. Now, what we didn't do is we didn't do any more on this guy. He's pretty bland. I should do something with his eyes. And I need to do the gun glow. So let's do the guy's eyes. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to do the blue. I'm going to go with the grey. Oh, wait. No, I have a blue ink. I have a really bright blue ink. I'm sure I do. I'm sure I've got one. Hang on. It's around here somewhere. I'm sure I've got one. Hang on a sec. No, that's ultramarine. That's no good. That's ultramarine's blue contrast. That would be too dark. I have one. I just can't find it. All right. So second plan. We're going to go with the grey, and then put on a dab of light blue. That's what we're going to do. So let's get my synthetic brush. I will buy another synthetic brush. 1 hour earlier. Okay. Yeah, Schmitters. So I'll come on the half hour, and we can play some OTC. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with Gauze Blaster Green, right? And then I'm going to go over it with an ink. I'm just going to commit straight to going bright with this. I'm just going to go straight away with it. I'm going to nail it first time. Let's just do these 3 dots. So there's 1. No. Did that get on camera? Yeah, it did. And then 2, just this one. And then 3. There we go. And I'm just going to leave them then. And then I'll just go over it with a little bit of wash and just call that quits. The cogs have a little bit of white on. I'm not going to do any more on him. I could do the golden stuff thing, but we're going to run out of time. So his eyes are drying. Who else do we really need to do? Gun glow. You know what? Let's just go for it with the gun glow. So I'm going to go now with Eden yellow, and I'm going to wash that over it. And if it so help me, if it doesn't look like a glow, if it doesn't look like a glow, then I'm just going to accept it for what it is. So it's already, you can see that's still wet, but let's just oh god, here we go. Oh my, that is all still very wet. Oh, it just looks awful. It just looks like someone spilled egg. It just looks like egg. I can't do it, guys. It looks like egg. It looks like an egg gun. Look, it just looks like egg. I have to wash it off. It just looks like scrambled egg. Oh, it just looks terrible. Okay, yeah, I've made. Okay, so hey, there's Table's patented scrambled egg effect. You want to make your gun look like egg? Um, you can just do that. You can make it look like egg. Just go paint some egg on it. It'll be fine. Now we've got this horrible mess that I've just toweled off with my t-shirt. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint black on those vents. I've just totally backtracked. Where's the other guy? He's got egg. He's got the makings of egg laser as well. Okay, let's try something different with this guy. We got egg laser with that yellow. Is yellow even the way to go? Should we go with something else? What have I got? We're going to go with... This looks really bright. Contrast Imperial Fist. We're going to go with that. Here we go. Is this just going to be a brighter egg? Who knows? I might be a little bit more conservative with the application. But this was the drier one of the two. But it's not dry, if that makes sense. It still looks pretty scrambled egg, frankly. I've just made egg effect. God damn it. It does just look like egg. It looks like an egg. I found some Italian sets that are 50 figures for like 15 or 20 euro. Yeah, well, the quality is an issue. We don't want it to be. The reason I don't like the bolt action ones is because of the quality. It looks a little bit, I don't know, something about the proportions of the guys. Right, so I couldn't do... Ironically, I've toweled off some of that and it doesn't look half bad compared to the egg effect. I think I'm gonna leave it like that and give up, and then I'm gonna talk glow effects at the Games Workshop. And then this one, where's the other one? I think I'm gonna bite the bullet on this guy, and I think I'm gonna put on yellow. I'm just gonna put watery yellow in there. It looks too much like egg. Oh no! It's tomorrow! the thing is tomorrow, and I've got egg lasers. Alright, just stop. Table, just stop. Stop making it egg. It's fine. Just stop doing egg effects. Right. Just stop doing it. Get your grey on. Where's your synthetic brush? Clean your brushes. Oh man. Eggy effect. I'm gonna fix it now. I'm gonna take some Abaddon black and I'm just gonna go over it. I'm just gonna cover it up now. And then just dry brush silver. That's what I'm gonna do. Where's Abaddon? Come on, help me, Abaddon. I need your help here, guy. Just help me cover up this mistake. No one will ever know. No one will ever know that I made scrambled egg lasers. It's fine. Just take some black. Where are you? There you are. Just let's just hide that all away. No one need know. There you go. Just shh. You didn't exist. It's okay. It's okay. Go away now. Go away now. You just it's fine. Shh. You didn't happen. You didn't happen. You weren't here. You didn't happen. No one made scrambled egg laser. Nothing to see. Just some Abaddon black waiting for some dry brush silver and a little bit of null oil. That's all. There you go. Just yeah, that's fine. Nothing to see there. Where's the other one? Shh. Don't worry. Yeah, nothing bad happened to you. It's just gonna be that. Let's cover it up. There you go. Nothing to see here. Just put it on some black. There's a little bit of yellow still peeping through. I might do gold maybe and make it look like... Yeah, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that's what I did. Crime erased. You wouldn't know. Let's do those eyes on the Adept. So I was going to go with the grey. Oh, no, that's blue. Yeah, we're going to go with grey. Just a dab of the grey. The old Griff Charger. And then we are getting to the team. Should I set the whole team up and show you what it's going to look like? Maybe I should do that. Maybe I will take the last moment just to have them all out to show you what I'm going to take to Games Workshop tomorrow. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll put them all together, and I can show you that. Let's just put a little bit of ink on those eyes, bit of the Griff Charger, and then I'll show you what the display is going to look like. I think that's what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to get the participation plaque. I don't expect to win any prizes at all. I'm just going there to hopefully talk to people about the hobby. Yeah, look how much better that looks. Can you see the eye? Look at this above. You put that on, and it just, that little bit of bleed that I had, it just covers that up and makes it look like I was just super cool, good with the eye straight away. So that's Griff Charger Grey on top of Gauze Blaster Green, another favourite for lenses of mine now, I've decided. So let's show you the finished result, what it's going to look like. Oh, I'm going to put a little bit of silver on that gun and on the Tech Priest gun and go over it with null oil, but minus that, I've moved the camera. Minus that, that's where we're going to be at. So let me show you the end result. Let's get them all here ready. I'm just going to move a few bits. Oh Christ, I keep knocking that. Ugh. And then what I'll do is I'll leave them here in preparation for tomorrow. And then next week, or tomorrow evening, the plan is to be on stream again. I will hopefully, the idea is to be on every day. That's the plan. Oh, there's a lot of water leaking out of that. Let's put you down there. So I've just put the paint pot on the floor, right? So I'm sure before the end of the stream I will put my foot through it. Let's move Sue's. And I'll set it up to show you how it's all going to look. So, the display is going to look like this. We're going to have Tech Priest and his Adept not looking at the fight. They are going to be like that, looking away, just immersed in their own Tech Priest world, right? And then they're going to have their servitors facing out, so that you know this one's from the painting. So their servitors, and then this guy standing out from here. That's where. So the servitors will be just minding their own beeswax, but not committing. And then I will have my apothecary and my terminator a little bit more in front, like that, right? So it's like Mechanicum guys don't really care at all. The servitors are just standing guard, and then the Marines are actually involved doing something. I know the colours don't match because the red is for my Marine army, and I didn't know about what I was going to do for the Mechanicus ones, so I've just gone silver. I don't know about their base. I don't know how it's going to be. And the apothecary I just painted stone effect with ink because I didn't know what else to do that was the first one I painted of these lot. So then we got that, right? And then facing them will be the Tyranids, which will be... have I got Banner Black on my hand? No. So I'll have the Hive Tyrant, so let's get him together. And I've gone for like brain Tyranids to kind of imply in the narrative, oh, hang on, I've got those white splodges on the base. I need to put some... I've got some Xandri dust. I'm just going to put a splodge of Xandri dust on that base. Just to hide it cosmetically. And then what I'll do is I'll just do it like that, and then smear off the excess. Oh, it's not got any pigment to it. It's too watery. Come on. Just Xandri dust to cover up. And then what I'll do is I'll run a finger across that base rather than... I'll just do this. Ready? So you just go whoop. Oh, it looks terrible. Alright, so I might have to put some black on that base, but for now, that's fine. Let's assemble him. So this guy's magnetized to be a Hive Tyrant or a Swarm Lord. I haven't painted the Swarm Lord arms, but I have taken the time to magnetize him. I want to pick him up to do it for you. I put the sword on the wrong arm. There we go. The magnetizing isn't as painful a process as I thought first time round, but doing any future ones, I would definitely do them differently. Are you going to be around that way? Yeah, like that. Okay. So then, on you go. So then there'll be a Hive Tyrant, which I think is formidable anyway. So he'll be like this way, coming towards them. And then I will have Let's get them all out. And then we have the Screamer Killer, which you've seen. You'll be there somewhere near the front. So I guess I'll just put it like this maybe. He's quite big, so I might have him a little bit behind the Hive Tyrant. I don't know, something like that. And then I have the Neurolictor and the 2 Neuro Tyrant babies. So not a lot of nids, but it's kind of like Brain Nids heard something was going on. So you've got Neurolictor, you're going somewhere, I don't know, maybe somewhere behind. The two little babies. I loved painting these. I'm going to love painting Spore Mines if they're anything like this. So then there's two little babies, and then the Neuro Tyrant as well. And that's them kind of going towards. So I'll just turn it. So that's basically how the display is going to go. That's what I'm going to go with. That's what I'm presenting. That's what I'm going to take down there. It's not a big display, sure. And they said like 2 squads, but I kind of wanted to try and tell a little story, and that's what I've come up with. So yeah. So thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. That's what we're going to go with. I might not even do the guns silver. I might just leave it all and just say that's the best I could do, because you could be doing touch-ups forever, couldn't you? But in the meantime, I've been Table. I'll see you for the next stream. Schmitters, I'll see you in about 30 minutes, alright buddy? Alright, thanks again guys. I'll see you all later. Bye. Oh, I gotta just turn it off.